And
it's also great also about if somebody said like asking questions or something, so they can still ask the questions in that room. But if everybody turns off the microphones and videos, I don't know, I'm not sure if you, Mark, or still can still be there.
yeah, we
I can
we
stay
can
in the other room
try that.
to answer questions or stuff like that.
But just a small ask for everyone to turn off the microphone, the video in the old room anyway, because I think somebody maybe mistakenly turned on the microphone and I can still hear something.
Yeah, I'm muting everyone.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Right, so in the new room with only the three of us, now we feel alone after having been with 200
Yes.
people almost. But shall we start a session for real?
Yes.
So
Yes.
again, all our apologies for this technical issues. We had not imagined that almost 200 people would join and that it would make the live session with 200 participants a bit difficult. So we found a quick way out of this. And as I was mentioning, the idea of this Joomla user group YOOtheme came to life at the last Joomla Days in Netherlands, because Rachel was speaking about YOOtheme, making a very interesting session, and I already know a lot about YOOtheme, and every 5 minutes I was learning some new tip or trick or whatever, and like, oh, so smart. And then after the session and people were asking questions, I was also giving tips and tricks. And after the session, we had a chat, Rachel and I, saying, you know what? We learn so much from each other. We should create a Joomla user group YOOtheme so that everybody can, so that we can have sessions and exchange experience and tips and tricks and everything. But of course, YOOtheme also works for WordPress. So everybody is welcome. This is called Joomla user group YOOtheme because we are Joomlers, Rachel and I, but everybody is welcome, of course. And as a very first session this year, we have Hanna from YOOtheme itself. So we are very excited, especially because there is some big news awaiting for us. Many people have been looking for some news about YOOtheme Pro 5, which has been in the making the last times. So, Hanna, hello, and thank you for being here.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, Mark. Hi, everyone. In the old room, the new room, we really excited to be here. When Mark told me about this, I was a bit nervous, to be honest, to do this, but also really excited because during the Joomla Day, the Joomla conference, we meet so many people, and there's still like I learn also a lot of things and a lot of new tips as well. And it's really cool to interact with the community and to hear also your questions and sometimes like your tips and how things are done. So I was really excited to do this today. I just did not expect so many people to come and to break our room. But it's very cool that we found a way out of it and like a new solution. I hope everything works now. Let me
I hope
see.
too.
Yeah, I mean, Mark already introduced me a little bit. I'm Hanna. I'm from YOOtheme. Some of you maybe recognize me from our release videos. And today I actually want to show you how we structure content of our theme packages with YOOtheme Pro. And of course, as Mark told you, I'm going to show you some of the new features of YOOtheme Pro 5. So, by the way, YOOtheme Pro 5, maybe some of you attended our launch event last year in September here in Hamburg. There we presented the new features and we released the first beta. I think right now we're at beta 15 or maybe already 16. I'm not sure. And maybe some of you already tried it. It's a bit hard to know. So for those of you who don't know it, you can try the beta version of YOOtheme Pro 5, of course, on local installations, please. You can change the minimum stability of your Joomla website in global configurations installer. You can set the minimum stability to beta in case you didn't know that. And then you'll have the new updates and you can test it out. There is a dedicated support thread where you can post if you have any issues and help us fix them before the new, the stable release of YOOtheme Pro 5. And in WordPress, you can do that just in YOOtheme Pro settings. And it really helps us to hear your feedback before the official stable release. So YOOtheme Pro 5, these are the main features. We have a brand new cookie consent manager, including an on-click solution to load YouTube videos and Google Maps. So this means you actually no longer need any other third-party solution. We have a new date filter for events, a new menu element, and so much more. And I will show you some of these features later. So let's start. To show you how we structure content, I will present you one of the upcoming theme packages. It's going to be a website for a municipality or a small town, and we called it Oakville. And here I prepared a small trailer. Let's see if it works.
Welcome to Oakville, the perfect starter kit for your next municipality, town, or government website. Everything is thought out down to the last detail. From public places and authorities to files, services, events, and more. They're all related and loaded dynamically into the layouts. Display upcoming events with the date filter to highlight what's happening each month. Add a modern language switcher to any menu on your multilingual site. Take care of privacy with a fully integrated GDPR-compliant cookie consent manager. Render your categories as a sidebar menu directly in your layouts. And it's all accessible to everyone, right out of the box. Oakville comes with 33 content-rich page layouts for all your municipality pages, and even more in a layout library, all just a click away. Of course, they are fully responsive and optimized for any device. Choose from 6 beautiful styles and switch the whole look of your site with just a click. Or try out tons of other styles from the library. That's Oakville, your Joomla and WordPress municipality website, powered by the YOOtheme Pro Page Builder and all its features.
All right, so that's our municipality website, Oakville. It's the biggest theme package we have ever built. It has 9 different content types, from authorities and public places to services, downloads, and events. It has everything a modern municipality needs. And these content types are actually going to be the topic of my talk today. But let's first start with some introduction into content structure. So what are post types or content types anyway? And how are they connected using relationships? Both are used to better structure the content. I'm going to show you how this works in WordPress because they solved this pretty good. And then we're going to see how we can use the same concept in Joomla. So in WordPress, there are 2 core post types. First of all, there are pages and there are posts. Posts also have taxonomies to group the posts, categories, and tags. And additionally, you can add your own custom post types using a plugin. For example, events. These could also have categories and tags, so custom taxonomies. They're optional, and you can add as many as you want. For example, the venue only has categories, but no tags. And this way, you could structure your content into different post types. So what else do custom post types and custom taxonomies have? They could have custom fields, so basically different content fields. Additionally, they have templates for different views in front end. The post types have a post template for the detail page and an index template for the overview. And the custom taxonomies also have their own template for the category or tag page. And now, what about Joomla? Joomla basically has only one post type, article, and 2 taxonomies, categories and tags. And custom post types, Here, unfortunately, we have nothing. So how do we use the structure, the Joomla structure, to achieve the same order as with WordPress post types? We at YOOtheme use the level 1 category in Joomla to structure articles into different post types. We already have the uncategorized category, and here we add our pages. So homepage and about page. And then we add also a category, for example, blog, for our blog posts. All child categories, so level 2 and deeper, are blog categories. And all articles that we sort there are our posts. And also, we assign all custom fields for posts to our blog categories. And here we also create a field group, which we call the same as our post type, so post. This is just really cool because you have an extra tab and you can clearly label it and group all the fields of this post type. And the same applies to other post types. For example, we would create a first level category events, then add the child categories, so basically our event categories, and the articles that we sort into those categories are then our events post types. And here we also create a new field group for event custom fields. And this way we would do it for all the other post types as well. So level 1, then we have level 2 and deeper, and then we have our articles that we sort into those categories. And this we can do as many times as needed. For the templates, we want to follow the same structure as in WordPress with 3 different templates. We have an index template for the level 1 category. We have a taxonomy template for level 2 and deeper. And then we have a post template for the article. All right, so these were the categories. Now, how about tags? In Joomla, these are hierarchical. This is quite unusual, but for us, it's really useful. We can use level 1 to structure tags into different tag taxonomies, just like with the categories. So this way we can group all tags of our posts under post tags. And we can also create other tag groups for events and venues. And here too, we just call them as our content type, so it's easier to recognize them. And this works for as many post types as needed. And of course, we also create a taxonomy template for the level 2 and deeper. For Joomla, there are 2 different pages or different views that you could use. You could create a template for a tagged items view or a compact list of tagged items. This is just on the side note, but we at YOOtheme usually use compact list of tagged items because here on the menu item, there is a separate option to set a different number of posts per page. So you don't have to rely on the default list limit option. But this is just on the side note, you can use both. So let's summarize. We structure our content into any number of post types. Each has a group of custom fields. They also have their taxonomies in any number, hierarchical or non-hierarchical. And in most cases, they have 3 different templates. Index for the overview, the taxonomy for the category, and post. All right, now let's take a look at the template itself. Here, a detailed template for the event and one for the venue. So far, so good. Now we want to show the venue information on the detail page of the event. And on the venue page, we want to show a list of upcoming events that take place there. But how do we do it? How can we connect 2 different post types and display the respective data from the other post type? We can do this with relationships, that is connections between 2 post types. Let's take our example, event and venue. The event post type will get a custom field related venue. And with this field, you can select exactly one venue for the specific event where it takes place. We could also have an organizer. For this, the event would get a related organizer field where you can select exactly one organizer for this specific event. But what if the organizer rents out venues for the events and wants to show these venues on the organizer page? Well, then the organizer gets a related venues field. And with this field, you can select any number of venues for a specific organizer. And you can already see from numbers 1 and n that there are different types of relationships. There is a one-to-one relationship. For example, a car can park on exactly one parking space, and a parking space can accommodate exactly one car. Then we have a one-to-many relationship. For example, a country can have multiple cities, but a city can belong to exactly one country. N stands here for any natural number. And finally, there is the many-to-many relationship. For example, one lecture can be attended by many students, and a student can attend as many lectures as he wants or she wants. But what does this mean for YOOtheme Pro? A relationship with a 1 is a single item source, and a relationship with an n is a multiple item source. And as you know, these behave differently in YOOtheme Pro. You can now access fields across any number of relationships with single item sources directly in the field mapping. For example, you can navigate from an article to its category or author to get their fields. All right. This works in any depth. For example, here we go from article to the category and then the parent category to map its title. You could actually even go further. But what with multiple item sources? Here, they behave differently. Here we cannot navigate multiple levels deep. After the multiple item source is selected, the element, or as here the section, multiplies. And you can see it clearly here. The source outlined in green is the multiple item source. So the section, in our case, here multiplies. The elements inside it can now map fields from the parent source and are here outlined in purple. So therefore, the parent sources are now single item sources and work exactly as shown before, where you can navigate multiple levels deep. So you can see that for building layouts, it's important to know what type of sources we're dealing with, whether it's a single item source or a multiple item source. Okay, with this background knowledge, I'm going to show you the content structure of our upcoming theme package Oakville and show you some of the layouts. Our municipality Oakville has 9 different content types. We have public places, authorities, topics, announcements, services, officials, downloads, events, and posts. Each content type usually has 3 different templates: index for the overview, taxonomy for category, and post for the detail page. Let's start with the main content type, a public place like a school. Here we have 20 custom fields to show its contact information and address in the sidebar. We have video, opening hours, downloads, gallery, and so much more. All right, we grouped our public places into different categories and child categories. And to make it a bit more dynamic and modern, we added a custom field for the video on the category. And what you see here is actually the first, well, not the first, but one of the new features of YOOtheme Pro 5. What you see here are not images, but actually videos. And they play when you hover them and pause when the mouse just hovers from the video. So these are basically all paused videos. Now to authorities. These are just like public places, have the same custom fields, except for contact persons and downloads. But other than that, they're very similar. Our municipality also has important topics like environment, transport, and more. Here we have 14 custom fields for the video, external links. We also have a list of subtopics with title, description, and image, and downloads, and just a few more. Topics are grouped into categories. And we also have one custom field for the video. And here also the video pauses and only plays if you hovered with the mouse. We also have services. And here we just have one custom field to show related downloads in a table. Services are grouped into different categories, one for each authority. So our categories are town hall, building authority, and so much more. And service categories only have one custom field for the related authority. And we also decided that services need some functional tags like A to C, D to F, and so on for the letter-based filter navigation on the index and category pages. Because for most governmental websites, you have this A to Z index, which we could just achieve here with tags. And finally, let's take a look at events. Here we added 19 custom fields for the dates, opening hours and location, downloads, and a few more. And we also grouped events into different categories. But what's actually interesting here is that you can see a new feature of YOOtheme Pro 5, the new date filter. As you can see here, we group events by month. And to show you this feature in action, I have prepared another small video for you.
Easily filter and display dynamic content depending on any date field, including custom fields. Show posts within a fixed date range. Do you want to show upcoming events, past matches, or movies from a certain year? Now you can. With the date filter, you can load any content based on the post's published date or any custom date field, like start and end dates of an event. Choose a date range relative to today. This can be any number of days, weeks, months, or years. For example, show events in the next 30 days starting tomorrow, or from the last 30 days starting yesterday. You can even include today in the range. But that's not all. You can choose full calendar periods instead, which means the whole week, month, or year. For example, if today is mid-June, you can show the upcoming matches in July. And if you start today, it will include the current partial period, which are the remaining matches in June. Of course, you can also show matches from the current day, week, month, or year. If you want to display content from a specific time frame, like movies from 2015, simply set a fixed date range instead. The date filter not only works with custom sources, but also with related sources, including from custom post types. This is so powerful. You can create a website for events or matches or any date-driven content right out of the box. No third-party extensions needed.
It's pretty cool, right? Now we have a new date filter in YOOtheme Pro 5. All right, we have seen some of the content types and their pages. Other post types are similar. They all have different custom fields. They have taxonomies like categories and 3 templates for the index, category, and post view. Now let's take a look at how they are connected with each other. To do that, we create a so-called entity relationship diagram. And with this diagram, we define which content types we have, which content types are connected to each other, what kind of relationships they have, where the fields are set, and in which templates we display the related content. And I want to show you how we get to this diagram step by step. Let's start with posts. In Oakville, posts are news which are written by either a public place or an authority. And information of this authority we show in the sidebar. So how do we do that? We add a related authority or a related place field on the post content type, where we select exactly one place or one authority, which will be then, depending on which one you selected, will be shown in the sidebar. Additionally, our news could be on a specific topic, for example, news about environmental protection. And the latest news for that topic are then displayed on the respective topic pages. So the post also has a related topic field where you can pick exactly one topic. And even though the news are shown on the topic page and not the other way around, we have decided to create a custom field for the post and not on the topic. This is because news articles are written much more frequently. And this way, when you add a new news article, you can directly select an authority or a place, and if applicable, a topic. Now, let's take a look at the numbers here again. As you can see on the diagram, all 3 of them are the same. So I'll just use one as an example. We have a 1-to-n relationship, so one-to-many relationship. This means that one post can be written by exactly one authority. So what does this mean for a YOOtheme Pro and field mapping? as you have seen on the example I showed at the beginning, you can just select it directly in the field mapping because you can now navigate multiple levels deep. If we follow the error the other way around, from authority to posts, you can see that here one authority can write many posts. So posts are then a multiple item source. And it works differently because you cannot navigate multiple levels deep. So if you want, for example, to map another multiple item source from posts, say your posts already also have some external links that you want to show, then you need to use parent sources. All right, now to events. In OPAL, events are similar to news and can be organized by an authority or a public place, which we then show the organizer. Yes.
Can I interrupt? You
Yes,
check
of course.
if your microphone is still the one of your headset.
Let me see. Maybe it switched somehow. Can you hear me better? Oh, 1 second. Let me check. Here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Better?
Yeah, I had a doubt
Or
because
is it the
maybe
same?
with the video, your headset just switched the microphone, but I just wanted to be
maybe.
sure. Thank you.
Is it better? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It
right.
was just to make sure.
All right. 1 second. Let me see. No, but actually it looks correct. I don't know. Looks correct. I cannot change anything here.
We're in pause. I have a few questions. Maybe
Sure.
good time. There's a question if the relations are dynamic or do we have to add by hand the related post?
Oh, this will be actually the next thing I'm going to show you.
Okay, we'll wait.
1 second. I'm trying to figure out why my audio changed. I cannot seem to change it here. I don't know. But can you still hear me okay, or should I could try to leave and turn it on again?
Don't lose too much time if it's not straightforward. It's okay, but I think it changed, but it's still okay.
I mean, I can refresh it for a second and see if it's going to be better. Hello. Can you hear me?
Clearly much better.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then let's
maybe it's when you played the video that something changed.
It's connected somehow, but now you can hear me better, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Much better.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna just skip one before, and then I'll show you about the relationship and how it works. All right, let's go back one more. So events. They are similar as they can be also organized by authority or a public place, and they're shown as the organizer in the sidebar, right? Now on the organizers page, we show the upcoming events in the list. All right, how does it work? Here too, the event has a related place or related authority where we can pick exactly one authority or one place. And it will be displayed in the sidebar as the organizer. And also to ensure a good workflow, we also decided that the event should have the related field and not the authority or place, because also the new events are created much more frequently than you add new authorities. So this way, when you add a new event, you can also assign it authority or place. And now to this question, how can we then display the events on the authority page or a public place page if the place does not have a related field? And this is where the new feature of YOOtheme Pro 5 comes into play, bidirectional relationship. And here I have a small video for you that will hopefully explain it all.
Save time with bidirectional relationships between content types. Simply connect them once and load related content dynamically from both sides. Let's say you have two content types, events and organizers. You'd want to show the organizer on the event page and its upcoming events on the organizer page. By default, the relationship is unidirectional. So each content type has its own related field and you need to pick the related items on both sides. With the bidirectional relationship, you only need to pick it on one side, and it will be related in the other direction as well. In Joomla, we use the free articles field plugin from Regular Labs to create a unidirectional relationship between content types. So related content is only selected on one side. This is where YOOtheme Pro comes in. When loading dynamic content, it fills the gap by automatically providing the corresponding related fields for the other side with all referencing items. So you get the bidirectional relationship out of the box.
Cool, right? No matter which content type has the related field, in the template, you can map it on both sides. So you can map the content of the respective other content type as well. So I hope this answers your question. You only need to do it on one side. Next are the topics. Topics also have a related authority, where you can also select one related authority. And here we show it as the competent authority in the sidebar. On the authority page, these topics are then featured in an accordion with images. And it works the same as with events. Now to services. Services also have a related authority, but here the relationship is set on the service category. This way, the whole category is related to an authority, and you can show it on both the category page and a single service page. On the authority page, there's a list of popular services from that category. How? Let's take a look at our diagram again. Now, we want, first of all, to show related authority on the category page, right? So we just follow the arrow from categories to authorities. And we can see that if we are on the authority page, on the category page, sorry, we can just pick the related authority directly by field mapping because it's a single item source. Now we want to show the related authority on the service detail page. And here we also follow the arrow. In Joomla, it's pretty easy. One service has one category. If you remember it on the field mapping, you could already see the category that you can navigate in it. So you can navigate into the category, and because authority is a single item source, it's also going to be, the fields will be there on the directly by field mapping. In WordPress, it's a bit different. That's why if you look at the legend here, you can see that 1/n for Joomla and WordPress. So in WordPress, it's a bit different because in WordPress, a post, or in our case, a service, can be grouped into different categories. So in Joomla, an article can belong to only one category, and in WordPress into multiple. So categories in WordPress is a multiple item source. So here, the field mapping would be a bit different. You would select service as dynamic content and then categories as multiple item source. But because our authority is a single item source, you will find it in field mapping as well. Now, how do we get services on the authorities page? Here we need to follow the arrow on the other way around. So one authority first needs to get the categories where I'm referenced, so the category that references me. And technically, many categories can select me as related authority. But if you remember, services categories are called just like our authorities. So building authority, town hall, and so on. So we know that only one category selected me as a related authority. Still, categories is a multiple item source, so you have to select it under multiple item source. But because we know there's only one, you can simply set quantity to 1, so the element where you choose it does not multiply. And then using parent sources, you would have to choose, because categories is a multiple item source, and then we want to select services, which is also a multiple item source. You would have to use parent source and get all or a few services from the category where I am as a related authority. All right, but that's not all. Additionally, each service also has related downloads. And we show them in the table directly on the service page. But this is easy, just as we did before. Downloads and announcements are similar. Oh, sorry, I was a bit fast. They're similar, so I will explain both of them at the same time. Related authority is also set in the category on both. And we also want to display this related authority as the competent authority in the category template and as well on the announcement or download template. On the authority page, we want to show a list of latest downloads, and we want to show latest announcements, here grouped by category. But how did we get announcements grouped by category, but downloads all in one list? You can see it very clearly from our diagram. Now, downloads are just like services. So we also have categories that are the same as our authorities. That's why we know that only one authority is related to one category. Only one category is related to one authority. But with announcement, it's different. As you can see here, the source here is clearly a multiple item source. So we know that many categories selected us as a related authority. That's why the element multiplies, and we show categories with their latest announcements grouped by the category. So, which is pretty cool, right? All right, last but not least, officials. Officials also have a related authority set on the category. And again, we display it on the category page and single official pages. And additionally, an official can be a contact person for a related authority. That's why we have a special field for an official. And this official is then shown in the sidebar on the corresponding authority page. All right, this is how the full entity relationship diagram looks like. At the top, we also visualized templates to better see which pages show related content. This diagram for us is like a documentation for a website, and it's really indispensable. It helps to get up to speed very quickly. I mean, after a few weeks, you've already forgotten all of it, especially which content types have which related fields. And for the layouts, you can also clearly see how to access content across different pages. Getting this information in the layouts is really tedious, especially with deeply nested content. But these diagrams aren't usually this complex. For example, Woolbury only had 2 content types, products and news. And we're actually a little proud that you could create such a complex website with just Joomla, YOOtheme Pro, and the articles field extension. Before, you needed at least 9 different extensions, like one for each content type. For example, an event calendar, you would need a file archive, a business directory, a service catalog with A to Z index, and so on. Or some kind of CCK like our Zoo extension. And now this is all possible with just YOOtheme Pro and Joomla. The whole website is dynamic, and this is the best part. It means that if an authority changes a phone number, it's automatically updated everywhere. This makes updating content really easy, and make sure you make no mistakes. And I mean, for us, it was just, it takes a little effort and time to plan the whole content structure, but we wanted it to make sure that it's the best use case. For example, there is a reason why the related fields are not on the authorities. Our authority, for example, is our main content type. As you can see that it shows content from all the other different content types, but it has no related field. This is because you only have a small number of authorities. You probably don't change them quite so much, but then you add new events, new blog posts, or even new people much more often. And now if anything changes there, it automatically gets added to the authority page, which is really pretty amazing. Yeah, I really hope that I could explain and shown it a little bit. I thank you. That's all for me. Thanks a lot. It's a bit hard to see. Now I don't see anyone.
There are a few questions.
Yes,
my microphone. There are a few questions from the audience.
Yes, of course.
First of all, let me scroll to the top, and there is a question: if there a front-end editing menu for employees to fill in their information. Oh, sorry, I lost your sound. Are you?
Oh, yeah, she refreshed her page. Maybe you can turn on your camera, Rachel.
Yes.
No.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes. The question was, is there a front-end editing menu for employees to fill in their information?
I mean, we do support the front-end editing from Joomla. So if you create your article with all the custom fields and give the corresponding permission, then of course you can just let them fill in all the information, and you create your you just create your own the template in YOOtheme Pro, and the information will be there, added there dynamically.
Yeah. And there is the question, can we see end user selection in back end and front end? Is there a possibility to show us
What do you mean
something?
end user selection?
I'll ask.
I think there is a little lag, like 15 seconds between
I
what
see.
we are saying here and
Yeah.
the streaming. So maybe it will take 15 seconds to get an answer.
Oh, okay. We use now differently.
Oh, you explained it already. So,
Okay.
and
Then.
will it work in multilingual sites?
Yes, of course. Of course. There's going to be a new feature. We have a new language switcher, so it looks exactly like a menu item and has all the features. And I mean, we do support multilingual website out of the box from Joomla anyway. And now the one thing that was missing, the last thing that was missing, was a nice language switcher that looks just like your menu and can be published everywhere. We have some extra options added as well. So yes, of course.
Nice. Well, it looks great. I'm a fan.
But that's amazing, because I've already built complex things with the articles fields by regular apps in Joomla. So I've already played a lot with linking and doing crazy stuff like that. But here your schema was like, I've never been that far of all. So that's really amazing. And I'm maybe for the first time of my life, I will install the quick start pack to see how it was built, because here it goes so far that it needs, and I will watch the replay myself.
I really do recommend it. I really recommend to start with Oakville. I recommend to just install it to see how it's all connected and how it's all built in.
When you install it, all the custom fields are there as well?
Everything.
Okay, so
if
you just install the
package, it just looks like in the trailer. It has all the feature, all the content, everything, all the plugins. It just looks exactly like the demo website.
Cool. But if you want to apply to your own website, I imagine you have to make your own custom fields.
Exactly. I mean, we do have, I don't know if people know this, but we do write a really extensive documentation with the table, with all the custom fields for all the content types. Right now we have, for Oakville, I think the release video will be like 20 minutes because it's so complex. It's so extended. But we have on the theme detail page in YOOtheme Pro. So if you go to YOOtheme.com and then Joomla templates, and you go to details of the theme package and scroll down, there is a small tab. It's called documentation. And there you can just see the table with all the fields that you can basically just copy. Copy. It's a bit different copy, but you see what fields you need and what kind of types of the fields you need. Or in the blog post, it's like really. It's still a bit more work if you just installed a demo website. I would maybe recommend to do even both. So you have a demo website installed, a local, so you can see it there in the backend, and then you have also your own website. And you can see what you need. Site. Yes, of course.
There's another question. Is the item count fixed in 5.0?
What do you mean by item count? I mean, this is the functionality. If you mean how many items are shown per page.
The explanation is if there are no active items, it will actually be 0. It's not working at the moment. If there is an expired item, it is counted, and showing or hiding a section doesn't work.
I'm not quite sure if it's dynamic.
I think if you
that's really more like in the bugs for the current beta versions. I guess.
I see.
Because here I see, if something is archived or unpublished, it is still
It's counted as one.
one.
I see.
But- So
Mhm.
yeah, maybe get in touch, I guess, with YOOtheme.
Yes, please do. If it's in beta, just post it in the official support thread, just in youtheme.com/support, and you will find it. Either in frequently asked questions, or just a bit down, like YOOtheme Pro 5 support bugs something.
Yeah. And
We'll check it out.
it's not just for Joomla 6, right? It's also for Joomla 5.
Yes, it's Joomla 5 and Joomla 6.
Yeah. And can their data be transferred from Zoo to YOOtheme?
I'm not sure, actually. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe you can ask this in the support, and or just send us an email. I'll have to check with my colleagues. I'm not really sure.
And there is a huge elephant in the room. When would YOOtheme Pro 5 be released? Do you have an answer to that?
I actually do. We plan to release it next week. So it's almost everything's ready. We have a huge beta phase, because this is going to be a very, very big release. I can already tell you that. We're going to be already, the release video is like half an hour. So prepare some snacks for the release video if you want to see everything in action. It's the biggest release we have ever had. That's why it took a bit longer, but next week, get ready.
Especially that there are also many features that you have not even mentioned here, like the cookie. Maybe not everyone on the planet is concerned by that, but
but here in Europe, I would say yes, it's very important.
The
cookie banner is very
everybody
nice.
who cares about privacy, but the new cookie manager and everything will be really excellent. So there are plenty of things which are there that you could not even mention during this. This session,
yes, of course. The cookie manager is, I think, the biggest feature of YOOtheme Pro 5, and it got also through a few iterations. We improved it and added more and more features. And like the latest one was the on-click loading of YouTube videos and maps. So you have a placeholder image that is stored locally, and only after you click this image, the scripts will be loaded. It is a very, I think for most cases, you won't even need another third-party extension. So it covers almost all needs.
Then there's the question from, is the data filter also working in WooCommerce?
Yes, it works for all for all custom sources and all related sources, including custom post types, of course.
Nice. And can we link articles and contacts from content?
I think it was already possible.
Just asking. Let's see if there is more.
There is in Joomla, you can have there is a configuration that you show the articles from this contact. We created like an author archives from that, but that was already a feature in YOOtheme Pro.
Yeah. And then Philippe asks, what about the upgrade from YOOtheme 4? I don't know exactly what he means, but it's just...
I think if it just means how to upgrade from YOOtheme Pro 4 to YOOtheme Pro 5, it's going to be seamless. Of course, make sure if you use other extensions, make sure they are compatible with YOOtheme Pro 5. That concerns like all the extension developers.
Yeah, because I read on Mattermost there was an issue with Tassos.
It could be.
So if you use Tassos, just be careful.
Just check with the extensions, like whether they are compatible, just in case. And
make a
backup as always.
Yeah, within 1 week, this most probably it will be ironed out. So
No, another question about the overlay of the videos. Sorry, the GDPR on videos. Will that also work for Vimeo?
I think no. I think it's just YouTube, but I'm not.
Okay.
Not sure.
My intuition is that it works for everything, but
maybe I'm not. I would not just.
I think it's more general than just YouTube, but I have not checked recently. So,
And
me
is
too.
YOOtheme Pro 5 lighter than 4?
What does lighter mean?
Let's see.
Well, with YOOtheme Pro 4, I already have 100% performance, like
Mhm.
well, on all my websites, or for example, on this Joomla user group YOOtheme website. So more than 100% will be difficult to reach.
Yes, I think so. Yes. With the Vimeo, it's a yes for the Vimeo, and it's
Okay.
also it's gonna be faster. We have. Sorry, I forgot. We have so many also performance updates as well. So yes, it's gonna be
It was
lighter
loading
and faster.
speed. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, when working in it, that could be improved indeed. For the front
Yes.
end,
Mhm.
it's all fine. But
Yes,
for
yes. I mean,
working,
it always depends on your website and what you use and what the images and videos and things like that. But the features are there, so you can definitely achieve.
Yeah. And then I have another question. What happens if you use video previews in articles and users do not agree to the cookie GDPR consent manager?
I mean, if you use the consent manager, all the videos will show a placeholder image, so it will not play unless the user actively clicks on the video, and you can add a preview image that actually just says.
Okay.
Yeah, or you can add a text with the video. If you click on the video, you agree to the cookie of Google.
The cookie consent manager, it has two modes: GDPR mode, like a opt-in and opt-out mode. So it blocks all the scripts from loading before the consent is given.
Yeah, and basically, when you click on the video, therefore you give consent.
Yes.
To load the cookies.
It already has an overlay that says that.
Okay, nice. And will there be more features, updates frequently instead of waiting a full year?
Well, we have. I mean, we changed our release strategy so that we have bigger releases. That we have one huge event in a year where we present everything, all the different features. So it's going to be not so many small releases, but rather huge releases with a lot of features.
Okay, thanks. There are a lot of comments about the nice features and that sort of thing. I should tell you that as well.
That's very kind. I'm really happy. I'm just really, really excited for the features. I know what you can see. Like there are so many features I couldn't even mention in the small list at the beginning.
We need 4 more sessions, I guess.
But then, I mean, you can wait until next week and then you'll see all of them in action.
Yeah, and as usual, you will have prepared very nice videos and documentation. So anyways.
Oh, by the way, yes, the documentation, it's all documented. So it's going to be online with the release.
Yep. So and it's possible to have just a body template, just without a menu or a footer? Or do you have to solve that with using a menu, a module placement for the menu and then not showing it?
I mean, I have not seen that a use case for that. I mean, we display the menu if there is a menu. If there is no menu, there is nothing to display, but I'm not really sure.
You could solve it by not using the menu placement of YOOtheme, but placing it in the module position and disabling it for a certain page.
I think the use case is like for landing pages where there is a link to a page of the website, but you don't want people to surf on the website. It's just a landing page.
I mean, in that case, of course, you can still use modules. I mean, if the footer is, you can add the footer directly in YOOtheme Pro, or you can use a builder module for the footer. So you can assign it to specific pages or exclude them on specific pages. I guess that would work.
I see 2 solutions. What Rachel said by displaying the menus not from within the configuration of YOOtheme, but from a regular Joomla module. The other solution is probably to have a second template style in Joomla, and there you can assign it to certain pages, and there's just select no menu. I guess it would also work. I've never done that, never had that need, but that's my spontaneous answer.
Yeah. And then there is the question about let me see, because there's so many things here. The question is, white labeling possible?
Well, you can already. It kind of depends on what you mean by white labeling. It kind of there is going to be an update for restricting access. So we removed right now it is like if you added an article in Joomla or WordPress, there is a YOOtheme builder button that allows you to open YOOtheme Pro from there. With YOOtheme Pro 5, we have removed this button. So it means that basically if you just give or you deny the permission to add it, I think it's called, let me see how it's called, the permission, I forgot how the permission called, edit theme options capability or edit templates permission in Joomla, then the user basically won't have any access to YOOtheme Pro.
Okay.
And you could also, I think the YOOtheme link will not be there, and there won't be any link allowing users to access YOOtheme Pro. So you can just restrict it and then give them permission in Joomla, for example, to only edit front end. So just fill in the fields.
So if they have permission to edit things in YOOtheme, it will not be white labeled, but you can
but you can
deny them the access, and then they will see no YOOtheme at all.
Exactly.
That is kind of a user role option. So
by the way, also I think the page, even if the pages are built with YOOtheme, it's going to be locked, so they cannot also for page builder pages articles
they
in Joomla would be they
put in text,
they won't be able. Yes, they will not be able to open YOOtheme Pro from there as well.
Okay, nice. And then there's a remark. There's one feature still missing: collapsing submenus in drop-down. I guess in the sidebar.
I see. I mean, collapsing. I'm not sure, but
now
there is.
I think. Yeah.
There is going to be a new menu element, menu element, where you can show all your menu, either a new menu, or your taxonomy tree, category tree, as a menu, with all the sub-menu items or all the child categories automatically without having to create a new menu. So maybe this it will help. So it's not just one level.
Oh, nice. Let's see. There's the remark. It's not the user roles. It's not about restricting YOOtheme Pro in total. It should be restrict the style and layout, but let pages be possible to change. Okay, so they don't get to mess around with the style and the templates, but they still can edit a page that's built with the builder.
I see. I think, this is not a feature of YOOtheme Pro 5. So there is no such a role. There's only this one role, edit templates permission, which allows access to the whole page builder. So I think that would be a feature request.
Yeah.
Can we use our own custom? I'm sorry, I was just here. Custom fields for date filtering. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You already answered that.
Yeah, you mentioned that during. Speaking of which, speaking of date filtering and everything, maybe I should share my screen, because I did not mention explicitly at the start of the session, because too many people in the room and we had to quickly find a plan B. But so this meeting, this Joomla user group YOOtheme, but also welcoming WordPress users, of course, will take place every month maybe not in the summer or so, but at the same time or around the same time. Everything is announced on the official website that you already know, of course, since you are here in the room or following the video. And speaking of date filtering, our next session in February is Elisa
Yes.
Fortin speaking about date dynamic filtering with YOOtheme Pro 5. So for me, in my personal case, it's one of my favorite features of. I don't deny all the other improvements. I really appreciate everything, but this one thing, the date filtering, is so powerful. It really changes the game. So I already had a little private session 2 months ago with Elisa, and she demoed that, and I was like, oh, it goes even further than what I had expected. So you could do crazy things. I encourage you to be present at this session by Elisa, because it's also you explained plenty of new features, Hanna, but this particular feature will be explained in details by Elisa. And then we
Yes,
also have
I mean,
sessions.
yes. Sorry,
for
Mark. Just wanted also to say I saw the session from Elisa as well. I think she showed it a bit during the Joomla day. And I mean, the feature itself is extremely complex. It's so hard to explain in just 2 minutes. So it's really advanced, and you can do a lot of very, very interesting things. You can build a really great event websites with it now. So yeah, I encourage you to come here next Thursday.
Mhm.
And the Thursday after that.
Yeah.
And the one after
But
that.
not every week. But
Oh, sorry.
actually, I think we could make a meeting every week during some time. If you want to know everything about the upcoming sessions, you can just subscribe to the newsletter. Then even if you are not on Mattermost, Discord, or whatever, you will get a little newsletter announcing the next sessions.
Yes, and we promise we won't spam you.
Yeah, it's only about this Joomla user group, and we don't sell the email addresses. Do we have anything else before closing, Rachel? A last
No, I
question
don't
from the
think
group,
so.
or
A lot of thanks here for everyone, Hanna in particular.
Somebody asked
So-
where I can download to test YOOtheme 5 and see if everything works.
Oh yes, I see it.
Yes, just go to your YOOtheme website. I mean, your Joomla website with YOOtheme, or WordPress website with YOOtheme. And Joomla website, just go to global configurations. Make sure it's a local installation, not on a client side, so you can test it all out. Go to global configurations. Oh, go to global configurations, installer, and then set minimum stability to beta. And the information is also on the YOOtheme, in the YOOtheme documentation as well, and I think in updating. And in WordPress, it's just in YOOtheme Pro settings advanced.
So, and if you're stupid like me, you have to set it for the extensions, not for Joomla itself.
Yes, the extensions. But then you can test it out and let us know if there's anything. But we hope not. Next week is release.
okay, so now it's maybe time for the wrap up.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Hanna, because we were super excited, literally like kids, for this session with you to open this Joomla user group YOOtheme. We had never expected about 200 people to join. So I apologize.
No,
for
we
the crash
tested a lot,
meeting.
but not with 200 people.
Yeah, that was huge, but it's a good thing. So next time maybe we will see the details. But most probably, what we do for the next sessions is that we could have it like we have done it today in streaming. So then the people are not in the room, but at the end of the session, we would create a real meeting room, so that all the people who want to join can have a chat, ask their questions personally, and we can continue the meeting after the session itself. So then we could combine both worlds. Even if we reach 1,000 participants, we can still stream. And then only the people who want to discuss further would join the meeting room. We'll probably do something like that, learning the lessons. So too much success for this first meeting. Thank you, Hanna.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope I answered all questions. I did answer them to the best of my knowledge, so don't hold me up to it too much. It's just a small disclaimer, but thank you for organizing this, and for everyone who joined us.
It was just perfect. So I will, Rachel.
No, thanks everyone who was here and made this such a big event.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And see you next time in February and March, April, and we already have ideas for. There are not enough months in a year for everything we want to cover.
That's great.
Yeah. So I will turn off the streaming right now. We can stay in the room one